New York Signature Bank, but so far no one has stepped in to claim Silicon Valley, which began bankruptcy proceedings last week. China's president has arrived in Moscow for 3 days of talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin. ABC's Britt Clennett is at the foreign desk.
As President Xi Jinping embarked on his first trip to Moscow since Russia invaded Ukraine, the Chinese leader released an article in Chinese state media underlining the need for talks to achieve lasting peace and common security. There are expectations of a call between Xi and Ukrainian President Zelensky sometime after Xi's Moscow visit, with China keen to position itself as peacemaker.
Over the weekend, Putin made a surprise trip to the port city of Mariupol, Ukraine. The legal drama surrounding former President Trump goes on. He has tweeted he expects to be arrested tomorrow in the alleged hush money payments made to Stormy Daniels. ABC's Aaron Katursky here in New York.
It would certainly make him the first former American president to face criminal charges, and they wouldn't necessarily be the only ones, because Trump is under investigation over his role on January 6th, over his handling of classified material, over efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. And all of those prosecutions at some point will come to a decision as to whether to file charges.
S&P futures up 5 points. You're listening to ABC News.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Same old song up and down California, rain and snow. Here's ABC News meteorologist Samara Theodore.
Rain has already begun to fall in parts of California and into the Rockies. We're already starting to see some snow. So here's what's going to happen as we go forward in time. By Tuesday morning, we are anticipating that second round to move in, and that's going to be hitting during that critical rush hour time frame. We could see anywhere from 1 to 4 inches, which could lead to flooding. As we move into the higher elevations in areas like the Sierra Nevada mountain range, we could be seeing upwards of 3 feet of snow. And then you head down into areas like the San Bernardino County, 1 to 3 feet certainly possible.
North Korea now says its ballistic missile launch over the weekend was a simulated nuclear attack on South Korea. It's the 5th such missile launch in the North this month. The National Retail Federation now says theft cost stores across the country $95 billion in 2021. That's up 4% from the year before. And another superhero flying to the top of the box office.
His name is Shazam! Lightning did not strike twice for Shazam! Fury of the Gods. The sequel to the 2019 superhero action comedy opened in first, but with a disappointing $30.5 million compared to Shazam's $53.5 million opening gross 4 years ago. Scream 6 slides to second in week 2 with another $17.5 million, with week 3 of Creed 3 holding third place.
I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Christopher Watson, ABC News.
This is ABC News.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy.
Does that old tractor or lawnmower have more electrical tape or duct tape holding it together than you want to admit? Well, maybe it's time to see Phil Sheehan and his staff at NC Tractor for a new Massey Ferguson tractor or mower. Massey Ferguson is a company that's been around for over 175 years. That says a lot about a company. And paired with Phil Sheehan, who's been in business for over 25 years, that says a lot about his Phil and his staff. Knowledgeable about their product, and they stand behind every sale. Massey Ferguson is the last tractor you'll ever need. NC Tractor, a dependable and reliable company that'll be there after the sale. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherford.
Spring is officially here today, but it's actually feeling like winter. We are going to see temperatures today climb into the low to mid 50s, and then tonight we're down into the upper 20s and lower 30s. A freeze watch is in effect for our region due to those frigid temperatures that will be in place. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit milder, feeling a little bit better out there. Highs in the low to mid 60s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Some of you are seasoned enough to remember back years ago when springtime came. It really was springtime and started getting warm and nice and warm prior to the first day of spring. Well, we got a freeze warning in effect for the first day of spring here today. Began at 3:30 this morning and ends at 10 o'clock this morning. And then it goes into a freeze watch during that time. But today's forecast getting up to near 54, so it's going to feel like spring. A light wind, and tonight dropping back to 27, about where we are right now. Tuesday mostly sunny with highs near 60. Winds relatively mild, and dropping back to 38 Tuesday night. Wednesday we got rain coming with highs near 62, and Thursday partly cloudy with a high near 77. And then on, looks like on the weekend, Saturday, let me look here just a second, flip over here. Saturday partly cloudy with scattered showers and highs near 76 on Saturday. Sundays, nice and warm. So that's where we are at 28 degrees currently at WCAB, according to Peter, the meter reader. It's 7 minutes after 7. We'll have those death announcements after the Bill O'Reilly morning update this morning. Right now, let me catch you update on some other things. The Carolina Foothills Foundation's Elder Care Home Care Agency is now assisting with ramps, Life Alert, home-delivered meals, and home care to seriously ill individuals ages 65 years old and older in Rutherford and Polk counties. The agency just completed its first portable ramp in Rutherfordton for Michael Keck and his wife Karen, enabling him to have egress from the back of the house. The elder care team also repaired the Keck's front ramp, and Michael's is finally able to leave his home safely. The need for those services in our area is extreme, and Elder Care is here to help. We encourage people to contact us for assistance and to take advantage of these services if you need them, according to Heidi Owen, who is the CFF Elder Care Home Care Agency Executive Director. Anyone interested in learning more can call the Carolina Foothills Elder Care Home Care Agency at 828-223-4375 or visit www.carolina.aff.org. Fees for service are on a sliding scale, and no one will be turned away because of an inability to pay. That's a good service for elder folks. Meanwhile, again, let me remind you, the Daily Courier is putting this out. We talked about this last week. Some, perhaps dozens of Spindale residents are the target of a scam. The Spindale Police Department wants all residents to know that officials are not emailing traffic citations to anyone. Police Chief Kevin Lovelace, former Police Chief Kevin Lovelace, says it has come to our attention that some folks in Spindale have received an email stating that traffic cameras in the town have captured them in a traffic violation. The targeted individuals were asked to email to click on a link in order to pay the ticket. And we want everyone to know that this is a scam, Lovelace said. This is not from the town of Spindale, not from the Spindale Police Department. According to Lovelace, this activity began about a week ago. Spindale police had received at least 6 reports, but Lovelace suspects there could be many more coming. Scams like this, Lovelace said, are not particularly uncommon throughout the United States, though he knows of none like this that's happened locally. We really want the public to understand that we do not send traffic citations as email. That's totally a scam, so just ignore it. Ignore the email. They should absolutely not click on any links with the email or give out any financial information. Bill O'Reilly Morning Update is coming up next, right here on WCAB in Rutherfordton.
Bill O'Reilly here, and I'm warming up. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. But first, no question there is a concerted effort to intimidate and silence conservative thinkers and replace our God-given individual liberty with big government controls. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, is the leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization in America. AMAC gives you access to exclusive benefits and all kinds of great content. Please stand with AMAC at amac.us. That's amac.us. On this Monday, life is not fair and then you die. That is the cliche. But it's a little bit more nuanced than that if you live in the United States of America. Number one, our chief benefit here is a Constitution that allows many of us, I think most of us, to pursue happiness. We have a shot at putting together a life that is satisfying and rewarding if we follow the rules. You got to work hard, you got to be honest, you've got to get educated. Those are the rules, or learn a trade. If you can fix something, you're going to make a good living. Anyway, so we do have opportunity, and many of us enjoy ourselves. But the downside is very few Americans prepare for the worst. And the worst is going to happen to you. It's just inevitable because life isn't fair and then you die. What you have to do is anticipate illness and therefore put together a good medical team, a physician you can get on the phone who cares about you, medical insurance that you can rely on, all right? A team of people who can come over to your house should you need them. This is just one thing. You've got to anticipate that bad things are going to happen and think about how to protect yourself against those bad things. Now this. Many timeshare owners upset their yearly dues continue to increase. Lone Star Transfer is the only company you can trust guaranteeing the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. They've helped more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out. So start off the new year right with a free no-obligation consultation, 855-551-7066 or LoneStarTransfer.com. LoneStarTransfer.com. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
Now, at 13 minutes after 7 o'clock, I have these death announcements. Joan King, age 82 of Rutherfordton, died Thursday. The celebration of life services for Joan will be held at the Isothermal Community College Foundation on Tuesday, March 21st at 1 o'clock, with a visitation to follow at the Foundation Hall. Burial of the ashes will be private at the First United Methodist Church Memorial Garden, and McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Service is handling the arrangements for Joan King. Jamie Ramsey, age 47 of Ellenboro, died Friday, March 17th at Adrium Health Cleveland in Shelby. Funeral services are pending and will be announced later this week by Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Service for Jamie Ramsey. James Porter, age 72 of Mooresboro, passed away Saturday, March 18th at Hospice of the Carolina Foothills. Graveside service will be conducted at 1 o'clock Wednesday, March 22nd at the Prospect Baptist Church Cemetery. Military honors will be accorded by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. The family will receive friends from 11 until 12:30 at the funeral home on Wednesday before the service. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Service is serving the family of James Porter of Mooresboro. Donald Ray Roberts, age 65, passed away Wednesday at Mission Hospital in Asheville. A celebration of Donald's life will be held at a later date, and Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Donald Ray Roberts. Patricia Dane Woodruff Austin. Patricia Dane Austin Woodruff, age 76 of Fairhaven Drive, Bostic, passed away Thursday at Hospice of the Carolina Foothills. The celebration of Patricia's life will be held at a later date, and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is assisting the family of Patricia Dane Austin Woodruff. Arthur Robert King, age 83 of Rutherfordton, died Wednesday, March 15th. Those arrangements are incomplete and will be announced by the Paget and King Mortuary for Arthur Robert King. Mrs. Kathleen Holcomb Paris, 98 of Mooresboro, died March 12th. A graveside service will be held at the Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery March 21st, Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside is serving the family of Kathleen Holcomb Paris of Mooresboro. Charles Martin, age 70, of Rutherfordton, died Wednesday, March 15th at Hospice House of the Carolina Foothills. The family will receive friends at McMahon's Funeral Home at 4:30 to 7:30 Tuesday, March 21st. The funeral service will be at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church in Rutherfordton at 2 o'clock Wednesday, March 22nd. Charles will lie in state 30 minutes prior to the service at the church, and burial will be private. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Charles Martin of Rutherfordton. James Jed Doggett, age 59, of Lake Lure, passed away March 1st. The family will receive friends at 10 o'clock Saturday, May the 6th, that's May the 6th, at McMahon's Funeral Home in Rutherfordton. A celebration of life will be held at McMahon's on Saturday, May 6th at 11 o'clock, followed by the burial in Rutherfordton City Cemetery. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services is in charge of the arrangements for James Jed Doggett of Lake Lure. Those are the death announcements we have in-house this morning. For the complete information of these and others as they become available to us, be sure to tune in this morning at 11:30 for the complete results, and then again this afternoon as part of the afternoon Colorado County newscast, the complete obituaries. 17 minutes now past 7.
Larcena Page was a slight, delicate-looking woman who lived with her husband near Tucson, Arizona. On March 16, 1860, Larcena woke up with a cold, but she had committed to tutoring a friend's daughter named Mercedes. After her husband left to cut lumber, Larcena started teaching Mercedes. About mid-morning, a band of Apache Indians swooped down on her home and captured Larcena and young Mercedes. The Indians and the women traveled at an exhausting pace deep into the woods. To leave a sign of their route, Larcena tore off pieces of her clothing, broke branches, and dragged her feet. But because the Indians had indicated they had killed her husband, she had little hope anyone would discover them missing. However, Larcena's husband wasn't dead, and when he returned home, he organized a search party. With only snow for water and nothing to eat, after about 15 miles, the ill Larcena could go no further on foot. One of the Indians placed Larcena on his back and carried her for a few miles. Finally, the Indians decided she was more of a burden than she was worth. They ordered her to remove all her clothes. Suddenly, the Indians started sticking her with their lances. After about 15 wounds were inflicted on her body, they pushed her over a ravine. To make sure she was dead, they threw stones on top of her and left. But she was not dead. However, any strength and desire to live that Larcena Page possessed was now just being called upon. Tomorrow we'll conclude this story. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Listening to the radio, driving in your car. Radio gets results. Radio is there no matter where you are. Radio gets results. When you need to get your message through, people really do listen to you. Coming through loud and clear, no matter what you're telling, no matter what you're selling, everyone will hear. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. Radio gets results.
We are 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
All right, 20 minutes after 7 o'clock on this first day of spring, let's head to the phones, get started to find out what's been going on over the weekend. And Sergeant Brandel is with us to give us that news. Good morning, Sergeant Brandel.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to springtime.
Yeah, it does not feel like spring. It feels like winter.
It'll warm up later today.
Well, hopefully it warms up and stays warm.
Yes. What's on the report?
Past 48 hours, the Sheriff's Office has answered 282 calls, processed 14 arrests, and currently have 176 incarcerated. Under our arrest reports, we have a Michael Tracy Goodwin, 56-year-old white male of Lawndale, charged with 2 counts of identity theft. He was given a $5,000 secure bond. We have a Angela Michelle Robinson, 45-year-old white female, charged with possession of meth, possession of drug paraphernalia, given a $1,000 secure bond. Got a Nathan Lee Aaron Hauser, 31-year-old white male of Mooresboro, charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, 1 count of driving while license revoked, given a $500 secure bond. We have Nelson Montgomery, 66-year-old black male of Far City, charged with 1 count of possession with intent to sell and deliver, Schedule 2, possession drug paraphernalia, possession of marijuana paraphernalia, trafficking opium or heroin, resisting officer, and possession of open container. He was given a $80,000 secure bond. We have Christopher David Moore, 42-year-old white male, charged with failure to appear on misdemeanor, given a $500 secure bond. And we have Heidi Lynn Humphreys, 21-year-old white female of Ellenboro, charged with a felony probation violation, given a $10,000 secure bond. And that's all we have this morning, sir.
Sergeant Brundle, thank you very much for that report. You be safe out there.
Yes, sir. You take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Andrew Tisdale. When we work together, we focus what's important to you. We create a personalized strategy backed by our advice, our tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we partner together to help your strategy stay on track no matter what happens. Contact me at any time at 828-287-9197. We'll sit down, talk, and we're going to make a strategy that's right for you.
Here's Amanda now reporting from the Communications Center. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning.
What's on your report today?
Well, in the past 48 hours, the Rutherford County 911 Communications Center has processed 578 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 76 for the emergency medical services, 282 for the sheriff's office, 76 for Forest City, 13 for Lake Lure, 37 for Rutherford, and 45 for Spindale. Ellenboro Fire Department had a motor vehicle crash. Ellenboro also had a structure fire assisted by Ball Stick, Cherry Mountain, and Forest City. Forest City had a structure fire assisted by Sandy Mush and Ludlow. Forest City also had a motor vehicle crash, and Lake Lure had a fire alarm, and that is all.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your Monday.
You too.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush. Brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Let's check in now with the SDO, Shiloh, Danieltown, Oakland Fire District. Ruby Taylor is reporting. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on that report?
Well, they didn't have anything. If they did, I didn't hear about it. And on my birthday counter, I got Jamie White and Sarah Marr having a birthday. And I hope they have a nice day. Signs are in the feet today and going to the head tomorrow. And that's all I got, Jim.
You have a good Monday, Ruby.
You too.
Bye. Well, certainly it's springtime, and although the temperature is going to be warming up to spring-like weather the rest of this week, it's time to set that garden out, those flowers and those vegetables that you want. But go by Washburn store in Washburn community and get all you need. They've got a good selection of all varieties of plants and seeds, and you need to check it out before you buy anyplace else. Check out what's available at Washburn General Store. And they have things to work out in the garden with, work gloves and some tools to scratch around the flower beds and all those kind of things. Check it out, walk around the store, and you'll be pleased, know, and excited about our own historically significant store in Rutherford County, Washburn General Store. Here's Chris Belton now reporting from Chimney Rock, Lake Lure, and Bills Creek community. Chris, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Doing well. Hope you had a good weekend.
Had a real good weekend. Can't complain.
Good. Anything happen with the fire districts?
Well, Lake Lure had a medical call over the weekend, and Bills Creek ran one as well. And other than that, it was great on this end of the county.
No big fires. I like to hear that. That's good.
That's exactly right.
Anything special looking forward this week? Springtime.
No. I know. Looking forward to getting warmer.
Yeah. Chris, you have a wonderful day, and I appreciate you being with us, and we'll see you next time.
You do the same.
Thanks.
All right. See you later.
Bye-bye. Chris Melton, he's the fire chief at Chimney Rock, and he's volunteers with Lake Lure. He also looks after Bills Creek for us here on the morning call run report. 27 minutes now past 7.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Let's check on things over at Bostic. Now, the Bostic Fire District is reported to us by DeVern Upton. Good morning, DeVern.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I am good. How are you?
I am good, too.
Good.
We have a temperature of 28 degrees over here. Fire department assisted Ellenboro with a structure fire. Food boxes will be given out Saturday from 8 to 10 at Faith Baptist Church there in Forest City. And also the Friday night fires revivals going on Friday night at 6:30 at Faith Baptist Church. Don't forget to stop in at the drop-in here in Bostic on Bostic Sunshine Road and check their daily out and their meat department. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.
DeVern, you have a good day, too, and happy springtime, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Well, it's going to be a brave season here pretty soon, starting first of next month, I believe, and we already have the pocket schedules in. If you'd like to have a Braves pocket schedule, please stop by here. We'll have some for you, so you'll be up to date on when the Braves are playing this season. It's already here, believe it or not. Now let's head over toward Rutherfordton and talk with Robbie Samuel, find out what's happening there, as well as Hudlow. Robbie, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, Jim. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
You had a good weekend?
I did. It was a good weekend. It was, even though it rained a little while Friday, but it was good. Other than that, it was just beautiful all weekend. The wind got a little cool yesterday, but that's all right. I was all right with the wind and not having so much rain. It's just kind of a nice break. But, well, with the fire departments, Hudlow assisted Forest City and Sandy Mush with a structure fire yesterday, and they had a motor vehicle crash Saturday. And Rutherford, we ended up with the electrical fire yesterday. Well, it's last night around 10:30. So, but other than that, the weekend was pretty good for everybody, and
Good.
hopefully it'll stay a good day. If it, with it being the first day of spring, hopefully everybody can enjoy it. It'll be pretty today.
Well, I know firemen and firewomen sort of get a little nervous when the wind blows like it does, because you never know when a fire's going to break out and that wind's going to take over.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, people need to think about, you know, or use common sense. Basically, don't be doing the open burning, especially when the wind is blowing. It may not feel that strong, but as soon as seems like you light a fire, it picks up for some reason. So
when you least expect it,
be very cautious. That's exactly right. Always try to, if you can, you know, if you're burning outside, always try to keep a water hose next to you nearby. And normally on those burning permits, when you get a burning permit, it states a lot of that in that permit and a lot of good helpful information.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe like I said, hopefully it won't be too bad. The wind won't be too bad today, and I know people is anxious to get out and about and start cleaning up, and but it'll soon come that way.
All right, Robbie, I appreciate you being with us, and thanks for the work you do, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, Jim. You have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's the store folks in Western North Carolina depend on. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply. It's like a superstore. Deer corn, $11.05 for 50 pounds. Cob corn, $10. They have plenty of deer plant supplies. Check on the lower prices on propane, $12.99 for a 20-pound tank. Mulch, gravel, rocks, and supplies for beautiful landscaping. That's available at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply at lower prices. Open Monday through Saturday. If you want a feed and seed store that carries so much more, including new and used farm equipment, then come on over to Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton.
Sue Price is up next from the Cherry Mountain Fire District. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, Jim.
You had a good weekend?
We did.
Good.
Had a good weekend.
Good.
Had a little dinner yesterday for Sherry for her birthday. So.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Yeah. Well, let's see. The fire department assisted Ellenborough on a structure fire. I have only one birthday today, and it's on First Broad's calendar for for Ben Lavender. So Ben will have a good day. And in my announcements, the Fairview Baptist Church revival is going on. It'll be tonight through Wednesday night. And they're having a different speaker each night. Service starts at 7. And everybody's invited, so come on out there. They had a pretty good crowd last night. And as far as I know, that's the only announcement I have. It's quiet and calm over here, looking for a good spring day.
Yes. Well, it'll warm up after a while. We can all walk in the park.
Yeah.
So you have a good day.
You too, Jim. Bye-bye.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City. Let me brag on Hutchins Pest Control a minute. Don't let the pest bug you when Hutchins Pest Control is as close as a phone call. Honest, dependable, professional, and on-time service may be the reason they keep getting voted best pest control. If you have a pest problem, call this family-run business at 287-5171. Licensed in North and South Carolina and fully insured and bonded. Get a free estimate when you call Hutchins Pest Control and be sure the job is done right. That's Hutchins Pest Control. Call them today at 287-5171 and they'll be right there. Good morning, Tina from Shingle Hollow. How you doing?
Good Monday morning. I'm doing great this morning. Cold, but great.
Yes, cold but great.
It is 25 degrees up here in Shingle Hollow, and sun's starting to rise over the neighbor's house over here, so it's going to be a pretty sunrise, I think, when it peaks over the top over here. I'm going to see it. We had a wonderful weekend in Shingle Hollow. It's been fun and tiresome. The fire department had a motor vehicle accident this morning that they responded to. And we have birthdays today for Gail Presley and Rosemary Morgan, Kathy Butler. Oh, that's all three of those. And White House Community Clubhouse, they're still selling their Boston butts. They're going for $45. You can get a Boston butt, pint of sauce, and the pickup is April 7th at the Community Center between 4 and 6 p.m. Contact number 755-4319. And there is a concealed handgun safety course going on April 1st at 8 a.m. at American Legion Post 74. The instructor is Kevin Lovelace. The cost is $60. It begins at 8 a.m. And if you're interested in getting a concealed handgun safety course, this is the perfect time. Sign up is at Green Hill Store. And that's all I have this morning, Jim.
You said that accident was this morning? They went out on an accident call?
They did go out on an accident call this morning, and no injuries, so we're happy about that.
That's good. That's good. Great. All right, Tina, I appreciate it. You have a wonderful day.
You too, and stay safe out there and stay warm.
See you. Bye-bye.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
Good morning, Brenda Kelly. You feeling better?
Well, I'm feeling a little better.
You're sounding better.
Well, I didn't really feel bad. I never had no fever or nothing. It just, my head was all stopped up. It's still stopped up, but not as bad, I don't think. I don't know what's going on.
Well, there's a lot of people experiencing that.
So, it is what it is, but this too will pass, and I can't wait for it to pass. But we hope everybody's having a marvelous Monday morning. I've got 20 degrees on the front porch. I don't have any birthdays, any anniversaries, and I don't know of anything going on up here in this quiet little part of the world. So everything's fine.
Good.
So that's good. I don't know of anything. So
you plan to do anything exciting to celebrate spring?
no, I didn't get to go over here, Carly Airwood, because I wasn't feeling that good, and I took a COVID test and it said negative, but you know how it is. And this could be allergies. And so I said, well, I better just stay home because everybody will think I'm contagious. So I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
So I missed that.
Used to you could sneeze and cough, and people didn't think anything about it. Well, he must have out. Now every time you sneeze and cough, he must have COVID.
They look at you, and look at you like, well, why didn't you stay home?
Yeah. Suspicious.
But anyhow, it is what it is, so you better go check on Luther and see if everything's all right in Ellenburg.
You keep improving it. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Jim, have you seen Henson Building Materials' newly remodeled showroom? It's gorgeous.
You mean where they have a full line of hardware and building materials for homeowners and home builders?
I mean where Jamie, Terry, and Tony, their friendly staff, treat me like family. Oh, they're so nice.
Hey, are they taking COVID precautions and have curbside service?
Of course. They're so thoughtful.
I do need some materials, but I don't think they'll fit in our car.
Oh, silly. They have professional delivery so we can get whatever I want.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street in Forest City.
Building starts here.
All right, here's Luther Gilligan. He's reporting from Ellenboro. Good morning, Luther.
Good morning, you too. I hope you're having a good day up there.
So far, it's been great. How about you?
Yeah, I got woke up.
That's a good thing.
But I come out, it didn't take long to wake up. But it's Monday again. We get to go back to work. Everybody be happy. The fire department, they had three medical calls. They had 4 medical calls, 3 fire calls, and 1 mutual aid with Not anymore. Other than that, they're quite well. They had one at 3 o'clock this morning, so they finished up on that, getting everything cleaned up. Other than that, everything going good down here. We're just trying to get started on another week. So you have a great day up there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Make it a good one, and I'll see you then.
Take care now.
Bye. Well, it's the 20th day of March, March 20th, and some of you may be having a birthday today or an anniversary. We'd love to know about it, love to celebrate with you. If you'll just give us a call now at 287-3356. We'll celebrate birthdays and anniversaries for you. Birthdays and anniversaries. Call Tracy now at 287-3356. And let's have a birthday party and celebrate yours, birthdays and anniversaries. Meanwhile, let's think about Granny B's. They're closed on Mondays, but they're about Tuesday through Saturday with some of the finest lunches you could ever possibly want. Look, when you look at the board, you go look at the board and see what kind of different choices you get with the subs. It's amazing what all they can do to make it enticing even more. You can add this, and this. They'll ask you if you want all of that on it. If you don't want it, you just tell them no. They won't put it on it. So it's got a great service there. Why don't you try them tomorrow for lunch? Maybe take a bag to work with you. That's Granny B's, Spindale, Main Street. Hit it, guys. Hit it.
Happy birthday.
Like to wish a happy birthday to Amber Blanton. She lives in Ellenboro, works over at Walgreens. So, Amber, have a happy birthday.
from ABC News. I'm Sherry Preston. A new week begins with another troubled bank being taken over. The problems at Credit Suisse began a few days ago. Here's ABC's Tom Rivers at the Foreign Desk.
Stepping in over the weekend to help avoid further market turmoil in global banking, the Swiss government. Banking giant UBS buying its smaller rival, Credit Suisse, for just over $3 billion. Chief market strategist at B. Riley Wealth, Art Hogan.
Investors in banks and the market itself are likely to be on edge. But I think that once we get those answers, very much like the sigh of relief we're feeling in the European banks right now, we'll start to get that sometime next week in the U.S. regional banks.
The Swiss Federal Council passed an emergency ruling allowing the deal to go through without the approval of shareholders. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
The leaders of two global superpowers sitting down for their first talk since the invasion of Ukraine. That's the welcoming ceremony in Moscow for Xi Jinping, who will spend the next 3 days with Russian President Vladimir Putin. More protests, meantime, across France. Thousands of people marching, frustrated with the government's plan to raise the minimum retirement age from 62 to 64. There is a no-confidence vote scheduled for later today in the French National Assembly. Spring break state of emergency in Miami Beach.
2 deadly shootings on back-to-back nights over the weekend along hotspot Ocean Drive, creating chaos, sending visitors scrambling, prompting the city to take action, imposing a new curfew. A large swath of Miami Beach's most popular areas under that emergency curfew from midnight to 6 a.m.
ABC's Victor Oquendo in Miami Beach. Dozens of Trump supporters showing up outside Mar-a-Lago over the weekend.
It's just about everybody coming out together and supporting all together. It's like one big happy family.
That after Trump claimed he thinks he'll be arrested sometime tomorrow. You're listening to ABC News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
An investigation is underway in a horrific crash north of New York City. 5 children were killed in a single-car accident in Westchester County, New York. More from ABC's Sonia Rincon.
They were 5 children and teens ranging in age from 8 to 17, according to the Westchester County Police. They believe a 16-year-old boy was driving the Nissan Rogue that veered off the Hutchinson River Parkway northbound around 20 minutes after midnight, crashing into a tree and bursting into flames. A 6th person, a 9-year-old boy, survived. The child had been riding in the trunk and was able to escape.
One family member thinks the driver, that 16-year-old, may have fallen asleep. Fire in the sky over California. It was spotted around Sacramento. Officials think it may have been part of the antenna from the International Space Station burning up. And goodbye to a woman touted as the first magician to ever perform on what would become the Las Vegas Strip.
Gloria Day was 19 when she performed at El Rancho Vegas in 1941, telling the Las Vegas Review-Journal the only other hotel was the last frontier. After moving to California, Day appeared in several movies, including
Plan 9 from Outer Space
in 1959. Day said Plan 9 was the worst movie of all time, but she had fun making it. She later became a top sales rep for a car dealership in the San Fernando Valley. Gloria Day was 100. Chuck Severson, ABC News.
This is ABC News.
This is an urgent announcement for anyone that's $10,000 or more in debt. Total Financial Freedom can help you become debt-free in months instead of years. Resolve your credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and timeshares. Call Total Financial Freedom now at 800-208-1312 for a free consultation. You have the right to get your debt resolved and substantially reduce your monthly payments. Call Total Financial Freedom now. 800-208-1312. Call now.
Highs will reach the low to mid 50s today with a lot of sunshine. We do have temperatures tonight. Cold again down into the upper 20s and lower 30s. That's why we have a freeze watch in effect. That could get upgraded into a freeze warning. And then tomorrow's going to be a little bit milder. That frigid air moving out for the rest of the week. Highs in the low to mid 60s. The 80s set to return by the end of the week. Get ready for it. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Well, this first day of spring brings us a 27-degree temperature as we got our day started, but it's going to be warming up to a nice 54 and sunny conditions, light wind today, so springtime may feel like it after a while. Right now it's time for us to check in where job markets information is. Anita's on the
Hey,
phone
how are
right
you
now.
doing?
Good morning. How are you? Springtime is here.
I know, isn't that crazy? We have a human resource supervisor in Forest City. That does require a year experience. A customer service representative in Rutherfordton. That is $18 to $21 an hour, high school diploma. A telecommunicator in Forest City. That beginning pay is $34,400 per year, high school diploma in 6 months. A group leader materials in Rutherfordton. That requires an associate's degree and 1 year experience. The pay is dependent on experience. We have farm workers in Rutherfordton. That is $14.91 an hour. That requires no education and at least a month of farm working. Environmental health specialist in Spindale. That is $50,000 to $61,000 a year. Associate's degree in 2 years. We have quality inspector in Forest City. That is $20 an hour. And we have a processing assistant 3 in Spindale. That is $27,500 a year. High school diploma and 1 year experience. A project engineer in Forest City. That is $56,000 to $125,000 a year. That requires a bachelor's degree and 3 years experience. Installer in Spindale. That's a heating and air. $20 to $30 an hour. That is 2 years experience. A registered nurse in Rutherfordton. That is $25 to $30 an hour. That does require associate's degree and registered nurse licensure and 6 months experience. A branch office administrator in Columbus. That requires a year experience. The pay is dependent on experience. We have a social worker 1 in Spindale. That pay begins at $49,395 a year. That's a bachelor's degree and 4 years experience. Also, this Wednesday, we have an employee here in our office from 10 to 2. You can come and talk with them, the Department of Transportation. But also, tomorrow we have a virtual workshop on expungement. Do you or someone you know that might qualify and learn how to make those changes from your criminal record if you have been justice involved? And that is a virtual workshop. It is at 10 o'clock tomorrow, and we can send you the link. Just give us a call here at 828-286-3042, or come by and see us on 223 Charlotte Road in Rutherfordton, and we'll just help you out as much as we can.
All right, Anita, that sounds good. Hope you have a good Monday and a good week.
You too, dear. Thanks.
See you. Bye-bye. And we'll check in with Wayne Rollins in just a moment to find out what's cooking this week. It's 8 minutes after 8 o'clock.
This is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. We know that due to COVID, many people don't want to come in the office. If you need to discuss your insurance needs or just make a payment, you can come through the drive-thru, telephone us, or drop in. We want to see you, but it doesn't have to be across from a desk. Insurance Service Associates, now located at 245 East Main Street in Forest City.
We're all about saving every dime these days, aren't we? Stretching dollars is everything in today's households. Stop giving the big box stores all your hard-earned money. Stop at Jay's Discount Grocery on Oak Street in Forest City. Jay's has thousands of merchandise at incredible low prices. Fresh produce every week, your choice of top-quality meats, canned food, frozen favorites, ice cream, snack foods, cleaning products, dog food, and so much more. The big box stores only want your money. It's small-town folks like Rick that care about the little people, like you and me. Shop Jay's Discount Grocery Monday through Wednesday, 8 to 7, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 8 till 8. EBT card and debit cards are welcome. That's Jay's Discount Grocery, 671 Oak Street, Forest City. And we love to support locally grown businesses right here in Rutherford County. And speaking of that, we love to support locally owned restaurants, especially when the food's good. Wayne Rollins, good morning.
Good morning, Jim. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing well. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, sir. Doing good. Just
turning the ovens and all on in the kitchen this morning. It's a little cool in the restaurant.
Springtime, Wayne. It's springtime.
Springtime weather. I seen something the other day on, I can't remember which one it was, what I was on, but I think it was Facebook, and they showed a guy cutting grass, and it said North Carolina weather, and the grass was green, but there was snow on top of it.
Oh.
And he was cutting his yard. He said something on there about North Carolina weather, and it showed the temperatures from like 22 to 70 to 40 to, it was just back and forth. But March is always sort of like this. You don't ever know what you're gonna get in March. I don't think nothing knows if it needs to grow, if the turkeys need to start strutting or what. They're all confused right now. But
I think we all are. We don't know what to wear in the mornings. Of course, when I get out, I have to wear something warm and cold because it's warm because it's cold, and it'll warm by the daytime. I've got too many clothes on, so it's crazy.
Exactly.
What's cooking today, Wayne?
Well, today is Monday. Start off the week. Definitely for lunch, you can't go wrong with that grilled chicken Philly that we run. You can do it in different ways. I mean, that's one thing about doing a sandwich like that. You can, create it and sort of make it your own. You can add some bacon to it, add a little ranch dressing to it, lettuce, tomato. You can do anything you want to with that sandwich and sort of make it your own. But grilled chicken Philly is definitely the sandwich of the day on Monday. And then also, if you want to, you can put that on top of a salad. A lot of people take advantage of that, trying to eat healthier this year or this time of year anyway. And we can get that thing grilled up for you and then throw it right on top of a salad and call it a grilled chicken Philly salad. So that's another option that you have on the salads. And Lord, we always have some really good salads. You can get that chef salad, or you can get the calabash chicken cut up and put on top of it, or you can get some of our just regular good old grilled chicken and put on top of it. And one of the new favorites that we've been having, somebody got one a couple of weeks ago, and I think they showed it during when we was on TV, is the cheeseburger salad. It's just a unique little salad. I mean, it's the same salads that we make normally, but we take a hamburger patty and chop it up and you can put whatever kind of cheese you want to on it. You can throw some bacon in there on it, make it a bacon cheeseburger salad. Then we take that and put it right on top of the salad. So it's a little something different, but a lot of people's been eating it. We probably make 7 or 8 of them a day. People trying to get them, and then they put Thousand Island dressing on them or whatever kind of dressing you like. So a lot of variety there. Got, the homemade chicken salad. You can even put that on top of the salad, but a lot of people take advantage of that. We take that croissant, or you can put it on white bread or whatever. And we'll put the croissant, a lot of times they'll get it and put it on the grill and grill it up. It really brings out the flavor of that croissant, and then put some of that homemade chicken salad in it. Kind of a home run there if you like chicken salad.
Wow, yeah.
Chicken salad don't have a lot of stuff in it. It's just good old-fashioned, mayonnaise, salt and pepper, a few things here and there. Not got the fruit and all in it. Nothing wrong with that. I like that kind of chicken salad as well. But this just good old chicken salad, and a lot of people will take advantage too. You can buy that by the pound or by the 2 pounds and take that home with you, and you have some later on for supper or whatever. So a lot of things there for lunch. Of course, you got the hamburgers and hot dogs, and the hot dogs you can do anyway, and hamburgers any way you want them. We have a lot of people get it a lot of different ways on those, and I love making something different. So the guys come in sometimes, the workers, and they'll get different things on them hamburgers, and just love creating and making something new there. Tonight, starting at 3 o'clock, we'll have our dinner menu. Get back to meatloaf this week. Last week we was off of it a little bit, so we're going to do meatloaf tonight. We'll have some roasted red potatoes with those. I had a catering yesterday that had roasted red potatoes, so I went ahead and cut some extra so we could run those tonight with the meatloaf. Thought they'd go good. Get you some of those roasted red potatoes and green beans and a good slab of that meatloaf, and you'll have you a good dinner tonight starting at 3 o'clock. For dessert today, we also yesterday we had a bridal fair, and we went up there and talked to some brides and this, that, and other about some upcoming caterings, and we made some red velvet cake pops, and don't know if you've ever had anything like that before, but it's basically like a red velvet cake on a sucker stick.
Oh, yeah.
You take the red velvet cake and roll it out sort of like you do peanut butter balls. put it on a stick, and then you dip it down in white chocolate.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know about you, but I think about anything you dip down in white chocolate or white gravy,
You got it.
it is good to go.
You got it. Absolutely.
So we'll have a few of them. Hopefully that we made some extra of those two to run today. Probably going to do some egg custard pies too. A lot of people, that's one that you don't see on a lot of menus and here and there, but boy, they really love it. It's just a good old egg custard. Put it in a pie shell, and then we bake them things off. And we usually cook an extra one or two because somebody's going to want a whole one, it seems like.
Yeah.
Egg custard is very popular. A lot of our other desserts is too, but they when we run that egg custard, we'll always have somebody like, man, just go ahead and give me the whole thing. So we'll cook an extra one.
I like those egg custards about as good as I like banana pudding.
Well, I'll tell you, egg custards and stuff like that from, back in the day, it's just one of those old-fashioned desserts. And if a lot of people, again, you don't see them a lot. So when you do find one and it's a good one, you can't beat a good old egg custard. When they get cooled down and we put them in the refrigerator and let them get back cold, you just can't beat a good old egg custard.
No. Well, I tell you, you always got a good idea and always make food sound so enticing, and we hope that's why folks keep coming by to see, because they know when they get there, it's going to be right.
Well, I appreciate that, and we do have a good following, and I just, I appreciate all my customers that come by, especially like when we have caterings and stuff. We have a lot of weddings on the books this year, a lot of parties on the books already, so our catering business is definitely doing good this year again. And I just appreciate the customers that come by every day, and just appreciate the people that, are having weddings or, having something going on at church or a birthday party, and, they come by and give us the opportunity to help them out. Because a lot of times when we do the caterings, we hit a few people that may have not eaten with us in a long time or just forgot about us being over there. I see that a lot when we go on these caterings, and it's always nice to see people. We had a catering yesterday at a church in the evening time and just saw some people that I hadn't seen in a long time and just had a good time with them. So love doing the caterings. That's always a good part. But, I love the little lunchbox, getting to see people every day and talking with them. So we got a good thing. I'm blessed to have it, thankful to have it, and just we're going to keep doing what we do, and hopefully everything will continue good for this year.
Main Street in Spindale, you can't miss it. Wayne's Lunchbox. Wayne, always a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir. You have a good day, Jim, and have a good week, and I'll talk to you later on.
See you later on. All right, bye-bye. Wayne Rollins reporting that from his Lunchbox in Spindale. It's 8:17.
Robbins Painting Carpet has become the friend of folks who do their own work around the house and friends of the professional. Robbins Painting Carpet is the home of Benjamin Moore premium quality paint. It goes on easy the first time, every time. So save yourself some time with Benjamin Moore. Robbins provides expert help and advice to make every project a success. Call on the team at Robbins Painting Carpet and Floor Covering, 245-8801. Hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. They're located at 206 Commercial Drive in Forest City.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush. Brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Some local news items. The Daily Courier is reporting that Congressman Patrick McHenry announced this week that the Spindale Fire Department is the recipient of a $177,300 grant through the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The grant comes in the sixth round of the fiscal year 2021 Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response grant awards. The grants assist local fire departments to increase their staffing and deployment capabilities to respond to emergencies whenever they may occur. Spindale Fire Chief Jamie Guillermo applied for the grant from the program, which is administered by the Grant Programs Directorate of the Federal Emergency Management Agency in cooperation with the U.S. Fire Administration. Spindale Town Manager Scott Weber said, "We're extremely grateful for this support for the Spindale Fire Department." Guillermo said the SAFER grant will be used to fund initiatives and aimed at recruiting new volunteers and keeping current volunteer firefighters active. These include purchase of new turnout gear for each new recruit and an increase in the per-call stipend pay to volunteers. Congratulations, Spindell, for receiving that grant from Congressman Patrick McHenry. Well, every school frowns on student fighting. Daily Courier is reporting that Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy, however, is sort of making an exception to that. School Resource Officer Luis Hernandez has organized a boxing club at Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy. Hernandez grew up boxing in Brooklyn, New York, and after being a SRO at TJ for 8 years, he just wanted to do more for the kids. He said, I wanted to do more than just walk around making sure doors are locked and stuff like that. I used to box when I was a kid, and it helped us stay out of trouble and have more discipline. Some of these kids don't do anything. They're mostly stressed out because TJ is hard. To combat this stress and emotion, Hernandez thought boxing would be a great way for students to cool off while also learning life lessons. Hernandez said, I thought, hey, why don't we try boxing? Once you hit something, you feel better. If you box for just a minute, you get your heart rate up, let those endorphins out, and just feel better. It gets the kids in shape, and they love it. They come out of here, and they're not angry anymore. They don't have any energy to be angry, stressed out, or disrespectful. But the biggest thing about boxing is the discipline, and I think that translates over into school, work, and life. So they have started a boxing club at Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy. Some local realtors agree that the new property evaluations are jarring and in many cases don't seem to be in line with actual value. Many Rutherford County property owners were stunned when they received their new property valuations in the mail last month. Some had properties that have increased by large percentages, some more than doubled in value. Outraged citizens have called local political leaders, and many expressed their concern at the meeting of Rutherford County Commissioners on March 6. Professional realtors are also saying that some of these valuations don't seem quite right, though many do seem in line with current market trends. Realtor Beth Helton of Robert Greene Real Estate in Forest City is currently serving as president of the Foothills Realtor Association. Helton has worked in real estate for more than 10 years. She said, these new valuations are very hard for a lot of people to swallow. I've never seen increases in valuation this dramatic. In my opinion, most people do not mind and even expect some level of increase, but nothing like this. She says the new valuations are a bit surprising to her. Other realtors are speaking out like that. And Thursday night, there is going to be a public forum meeting held at the Rutherfordton Clubhouse, and folks can come out and express their concerns about this high reevaluation. It's not a political meeting at all. Everyone's invited, and I think the county commissioner chairman has been invited to be there, as well as others. So if you, that's 6 o'clock at the Rutherfordton Clubhouse, and you're invited to come and talk about it. Now at 23 past the hour, Sergeant Brendel gave us a report from the Sheriff's Department.
Past 48 hours, the Sheriff's Office has answered 282 calls, processed 14 arrests, and currently have 176 incarcerated. Under our arrest reports, we have a Michael Tracy Goodwin, 56-year-old white male of Lawndale, charged with 2 counts of identity theft. He was given a $5,000 secure bond. We have a Angela Michelle Robinson, 45-year-old white female, charged with possession of meth, possession of drug paraphernalia, given a $1,000 secure bond. Got a Nathan Lee Aaron Hauser, 31-year-old white male of Mooresboro, charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, 1 count of driving while license revoked, given a $500 secure bond. We have Nelson Montgomery, 66-year-old black male of Forest City, charged with 1 count of possession with intent to sell and deliver, Schedule 2, possession drug paraphernalia, possession of marijuana paraphernalia, trafficking opium or heroin, resisting officer, and possession of open container. He was given a $80,000 secure bond. We have Christopher David Moore, 42-year-old white male, charged with failure to appear on misdemeanor, given a $500 secure bond. And we have Heidi Lynn Humphreys, 21-year-old white female of Ellenboro, charged with a felony probation violation, given a $10,000 secure bond. And that's all we have this morning.
NCN Sports, I'm Nate Saunders. The Sweet 16 is set for the NCAA men's basketball tournament. 2 number 1 seeds made it through. Alabama will face San Diego State, while Houston gets Miami. Number 2 Texas will play number 3 Xavier, and number 2 UCLA will square off with number 3 Gonzaga. The biggest surprise, 15th seeded Princeton. The Tigers will take on Creighton. Florida Atlantic ended the Cinderella run for 16 seed Fairleigh Dickinson last night. FAU advances and will take on number 4 Tennessee. In the women's tournament, the big upset last night was Ole Miss knocking out number 1 Stanford 54-49. The North Carolina women are in action this afternoon. The Tar Heels will take on Ohio State at 4 p.m. 3-seed Duke takes on Colorado tonight. In the NFL, a busy offseason for the Carolina Panthers continued on Sunday as the team signed a big name, free agent wide receiver Adam Thielen. The former Viking signed a 3-year deal with Carolina. During his time in Minnesota, Thielen had nearly 6,700 yards and 55 touchdowns. The Panthers have also signed running back Miles Sanders, tight end Hayden Hurst, and backup quarterback Andy Dalton, and they have the number 1 pick in this year's draft. In NASCAR, a last lap challenge decided Sunday's race in Atlanta. Correspondent Jerry Jordan reports.
Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski battled side by side cleanly for almost 50 laps, but Logano pulled away on the final lap for the win. Keselowski explained the 2 former teammates had similar racing styles. Tyler Reddick finished 3rd, and Corey LaJoie gained his best career NASCAR finish in 4th by making strategic moves through the field.
Race winner Joey Logano says he had quite a final lap with Brad Keselowski.
We both know we're good at this, right? Like, I feel like Brad is one of the top 5 best speedway racers on the racetrack. I knew we were going to race the heck out of each other, and I think we both understand it. We want to win. You kind of leave the feelings at the door.
I'm Nate Saunders, and you're listening to NCN Sports.
The world around us is changing rapidly, and the stakes are high for our state's rural leaders. The NC Rural Center ensures that rural leaders have access to and are equipped with the tools and resources to work towards resiliency for the future. Save the date to join the NC Rural Center for the annual Rural Summit on March 20th and 21st, and reconnect with the common goal of building a stronger tomorrow. Learn more about the Rural Summit and how to register at ncruralcenter.org.